All right, so let's go ahead and let's add in our player square collision. So we're going to say if contact a dot name is double equal to, and it's going to be player name, and contact b dot name is equal to square name, then we're going to add in our curly bracket here. So what this is saying is that if the contact A is the player name and the contact B is player name, we're going to say score is equal to score plus 1. And if we really wanted to, we could say add in a function here that says, we can say something like square player square good collision, or we can say player square logic. Okay, and that way we don't have to write out the same code twice. So we'll call player square logic, and we'll say score is equal to score plus 1, and we'll add another function here. We'll say this is update score, and we'll say lbl score dot text is equal to score, and we'll say it's score. Now we'll say here that we'll say update score. So this way it becomes a little bit easier to understand. We'll say player A, we'll say that this is square name and this is player name. So if either of these two things happen, we add in the player and we add in the square logic here. So what we'll also say is contact A dot remove from parent. Actually, we'll say contact B dot remove from parent, and here we'll say contact A dot remove from parent. So what are we doing here? We're removing the contact that is square name, and we're just removing it from parent. Okay, so that's pretty much all you need to do. Now, why did we need to add these two functions? Well, you could, even though these functions are really simple, when you make bigger games, you might add in more animations, you might add in extra items here. It could be like 10 lines of code. So compartmentalizing that is a little bit better. Let's add in this circle collision now. So we'll say if contact A dot name is equal to player name and contact B dot name is double equal to player name, or is equal to, and this is going to be circle name. And just to check on that, we want to make sure that it is indeed the circle name. All right, so yeah, circle name, we do have square name, and it is player name. So that's why we need the names in there. The dot names is because we need to check that later on. All right, and what we'll do is we'll say, first of all, we'll add in a function here. We'll say function game over logic, and within game over logic, we're going to go to lbl main dot font size is equal to 60, and then I'm going to go to lbl main dot text is equal to game over. All right, and that's part of it, of what we need to do here. So we'll say that contact B dot, we'll say contact B dot remove from parent. So we'll remove the contact from remove from parent here. And what we'll also do is we'll set circle actual dot alpha to 0. This will set everything. We'll set circle alpha to 0, and what that's going to do is that's going to hide it, because technically this is our circle actual. Then we're going to call game over logic. Okay, and most importantly, we're going to set is alive to false. All right, and remember, the is alive variable will will keep track of whether the player has hit anything here. So we need to say this is circle name. So I've copied and pasted the if statement, and it's going to be player name. So we just simply reverse it. And then we're going to say contact A dot remove from parent, and then all of this is the exact same, just like that here. So circle alpha and everything, and then game over logic here. Now we need to add in a function here. We'll say this is reset the game, or we can say move to title scene. Now we haven't set up a title scene yet, but once the game over logic happens here, we'll say move to title scene. And we can actually set that up here. We're going to say let wait is equal to sk action dot wait for durations, and we'll wait 3 seconds before moving. Okay, and we'll say let change scene is equal to sk action dot run block. And we're not going to set up the entire functionality here. We'll just add in a simple to do, and this to do will be run or change scene, and then we'll say let sequence is equal to wait is equal to sk action dot sequence wait, then change scene, and self dot run action, and sk action dot, we got sequence here, or repeat action. We're going to repeat the sequence a total of 1 time. Okay, there we go. This concludes the tutorial.